Good morning. Whoop. 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 Computer. Malfunction. Let's see if I can.
These butterflies are from the Papillon sticker book.
Good morning, Miss Janicia. Good morning, Miss Carolyn. Miss Carolyn, how you doing? Good morning, Miss DG. Good morning, Miss Ashley Reed. Good morning, Miss Patricia. Happy Thursday. It's Thursday, y'all. Good morning, Miss Nisi, baby. Good morning, Miss Laura Lee. I am well. Thank you for asking. Good morning, Miss Natarsa. Happy Thursday, ladies. Happy Thursday. How are y'all? From the Bahamas. I know that's right. Good morning, Miss T. Miller. Good morning, Miss Cassandra. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, everyone. We almost to the weekend, y'all. We almost made it through the week. Wonderful. Good. That's what I like to hear or see or read. That you're wonderful. Whew, yeah. Hey, Miss Ray. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Mm-mm. Good morning. Good morning. I'm so happy to see y'all names pop up. Y'all excuse my nails. I gotta repaint my nails today. Oh no, that wasn't me. Oh, I already had it highlighted. Whew, y'all ready for Friday? I know I am. I am ready for the weekend, baby. Whew. Let's see. Good morning, Miss Cassandra. Oh no, I said good morning to Miss Cassandra. Y'all ready? That's what y'all saying. I know that's right. I'm ready. I'm ready for the weekend. Riley has to go to a band thing today, so I have to take her at 9 o'clock. And then next week she has official band camp. And then my daughter will be going back to work on, I think she said August the 4th. So Pork Chop will be here. Oh, today's your Friday. That's good. Um, and Pork Chop's other granny, she has gotten another job. So Pork Chop's gonna be here full time. So initially I kept Pork Chop like part time. Like sometimes it would be maybe 4 days a week. But usually it's like 2 or 3 days a week because his other granny would keep him too, and like we will alternate. But she's gonna be working full time, so Pork Chop's probably gonna be here full time. Now my daughter said that she was thinking about putting Pork Chop in daycare 2 or 3 days a week. I don't think they really researched that and know how much that costs. So we're gonna see. Now, they do pay me for keeping him, but of course it's not what they would pay a daycare. So I'm gonna see what she say after they do this research supposedly. But my plan is to get to kind of get a little curriculum for Pork Chop and start teaching him some things, because I do expect for him to go to school probably, maybe not this school year, but next school year, or maybe at the end of next school year, because he'll be 2.5. It's time for him to be integrating with other kids. But I think I want to try to like take him to the library to do. I know they do some reading, and maybe find him like a little some classes maybe we can go to once a month, and he can play with the other kids and that type of thing. Good morning, Ash. Happy Friday. But yeah, my plan is to get Pork Chop on a schedule, on a routine, since he's gonna be here full time with me. I really couldn't do that when he was part time because, he wasn't here all the time. Miss Monica on YouTube. Yeah, we watched Miss Monica. We watched Miss Monica. We watched Miss Rachel. He of course loves Bluey, but Bluey is kind of advanced. She's for like 5, 6 year olds, not 1 year olds. Good morning, Miss Nikki. Good morning, Miss on the Island. Oh, Miss on the Island, I didn't see you sneak up in here, girl. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Miss Nikki. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Today, we are going to talk about opening our heart again to love, and not just romantic love, that's part of it, but friendships, right? Family members that may have hurt us, and so we don't want to be close to family anymore. We don't want to, we were burned by a friend, so we don't want friendships anymore. Good morning, Miss Deetra. Happy Thursday. Yes. Romantic relationships too. Sometimes I know after my last breakup, the men gave me the ick. I was like, no. And I mean for real. Like, you could ask Sheena. I was like, she was like, "You're not gonna date again?" I was like, "Not right now." Men gave me the ick. So let's talk about opening our heart to all types of love. Okay. All right. So the scripture is, and we've I think we've read this scripture before. It is Ezekiel 36:26. It says, "I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you." This is his promise. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh, a soft heart. Okay. The New Living Translation says, "And I will give you a new heart and I will put a new spirit in you. I will take out your stony, stubborn heart and give you a tender, responsive heart." I love that. Tenderize my heart, Lord. Tenderize. So our devotion is, when you've been hurt, it's natural to build walls. Walls feel safer than open doors. Distance feels easier than vulnerability. Maybe someone betrayed your trust. Maybe a friend disappeared when you needed them most. Yeah. Maybe family wounded you in ways you don't even talk about. And now love feels risky. But here's the truth, okay? Closing your heart protects you from pain, but it also shuts you off from joy. Mm. When you keep everyone out, you also lock out connection, community, and healing love, the kind God designed you to give and receive. So we are not supposed to just be out here giving love. Y'all know we are feminine women and we are made biologically to receive. And I would think since we are made biologically to receive, that also means in other ways that we are made to receive, not just to give love. And it's funny, as women, we are always giving love, right? We were made that way. I think that's why I tell y'all, if you do fall in love, um, find a man who loves you a little bit more, okay? Because we are automatically gonna love, even when we are not necessarily, I don't want to say attracted, or you know, that guy. You're just like, I couldn't see myself with him, and then you open yourself to him, and then next thing you know, you like, oh my gosh, you know what I'm saying? I was watching Instagram. Y'all know I'm always watching something. And she was saying that, um, and I know this sounds probably not good, but she was saying, want the man that wants you, not the one that you want. And it's very, very true. Because, and she said exactly this, women we're automatically gonna love, we're automatically gonna care, we're automatically gonna nurture, right? And if we're pouring that into someone that we're trying to, that doesn't reciprocate those feelings on that level, maybe they like you but not like you like them, and come on, let's be real, that. And let me say this, women have to stop taking that as an offense. Men are people too, and it is okay if they don't like you, okay? That does not make them bad people just because they don't feel the same way you feel about them, okay? And a lot of times men don't want to hurt your feelings, and so they will go along to get along. And then you will still end up worse hurt in the end. But she was saying, go with the person that wants you, because it's so much better. And I will tell you, when you are wanting someone and they don't reciprocate those feelings, that's when you end up performing. All right, that's when you end up trying to do the most to impress them, and it should be the other way around. It should be the other way around. And she said, I know people are going to be like, oh, you're settling, you're not settling. Because, baby, when I say that's the best type of love, when I met my husband, I was in a place where I wasn't really like, I was over men giving me the ick, but I was just like, I'm having fun, I'm just meeting people, I'm just having a good time. Not that type of good time, but just like meeting people, going different places, and doing different things. And I had a full life, and I was fine. I'm still fine, but I was a little bit fine now. I'm going to the gym, I was doing things with my friends. I was just busy. I had a full life that I had cultivated, that I loved. And so when he stepped in, I was like, okay, it wasn't like when I met maybe my last boyfriend. And even though I kind of didn't care for him at first either. See how that happens. Y'all be like, yeah, I don't like him, baby. They can flip the script on you. I'm telling you. I didn't really care for him at first, but when I did start caring for him, I really, really, really liked him. But my husband, like, at first I was like, I could take him or leave him. I'll say that. I was really just like, and he applied that pressure, not in a bad way, but he was just like, hey, and it wasn't, because he worked out of town at the time, it wasn't like he was like in my face, that type of thing, but he made his presence known. I would get flowers, send me things, call me every day, text me every morning. He wasn't ever pushy. in that way, but he made his presence known. And one thing that my husband did that impressed me, he did what he said he would do every single time. He did. If he said he was going to do something, he did it. I didn't have to remind him. I didn't have to keep asking. I didn't really even have to ask. He would do it. Good morning, Miss Michelle. Good morning, Miss Natasha. So anyway, I went off on a tangent, but give people that actually want you a chance. Okay. Now that doesn't mean go all in. That doesn't mean not have discernment, because sometimes people be wearing a mask. But those people that you are chasing, that's not what you were meant to do. Just like you were made to receive. Listen, this might sound nasty, but the sperm chased the egg, baby, not the other way around. Okay. It is. God made it that way. Okay? God made it that way. And sometimes we don't be following, we be going against nature. We be going against the grain. And then we wonder why it don't work out for us. Okay? Anyway, sorry. Closing your heart protects you from pain, but it also shuts you off from joy. Okay? When you keep everyone out, you also lock out connection, community, and healing love, the kind God designed you to give and receive. God never asked you to ignore wisdom or boundaries, right? Use discernment, always. But he does invite you to keep your heart soft. Never chase a man. Never. Never, never, never. It never ends well. I'm telling you, you might think it does. It never ends well. It's just, again, we be fighting against biology a lot of times. And it don't be ending well for us. If he wants, keep your heart soft. Keep your heart soft. He wants to give you a new heart, one that knows how to love again without carrying the bitterness of the past. That means trusting that not everyone is here to hurt you. Okay? Believing that love, when done God's way, is worth the risk. Let me tell you something. When I was hurt, I was really hurt after my last breakup, and I think a lot of that had to do with he was there for me when I was sick. And so I just assumed, well, we had talked, I didn't just assume, but we had talked about getting married and all of those things, and he would